Today we're going to be kicking off a crucial topic, the role of website design when it comes to lead conversions. I'm Christina Hawkins. I am your guide when it comes to this journey to elevate your online presence. So just to give you a heads up, I am going to have a full webinar about this. We're going to go into much more detail February 29th at 3:30 Central Time, where I'm going to go into much more detail about this. So let's get moving. So let's just start off. Have you ever landed on a website, any website, and immediately felt a sense of trust and professionalism, or the opposite, where something just doesn't sit right? That's the power of a website and a website design. It's not just about looking good. I've seen some really, really crappy websites that actually perform really well. It's really about creating a connection. So the very first element that we're going to explore today is that connection between a website design and a user behavior. So a well-designed website isn't just about colors and fonts. It's really about guiding your visitors, your potential customers through this journey. The design of your website can influence how long visitors stay, what they do on the site. Do they click? Do they scroll? Do they watch? Do they read? What are they doing on the website? And whether this is really at the point where are they going to trust you or not trust you? And especially with moving company websites, it's going to be really, really important for you to distinguish yourself from the competition, because I guarantee you they are calling more than one other moving company, at least one other, unless they've been highly, highly recommended by a family friend, or they've either used you before. They are calling around to get quotes. So let's just talk about first impressions. So they say you don't get a second chance to make a very first impression. And in the online world, this is actually the truest. It's truer than ever. Your website design is often to a potential customer, their first interaction with your brand. And first interaction, again, this doesn't have to be somebody that came to you from a Google search or a paid ad. For sure, if you've spent money for somebody to get to your website and they don't convert, you've lost that money. That could be $15, $20, $30 for that one click. So you really need to be very careful about the design of your site, that landing page, and how it performs and how it looks. Even on the flip side, if you have somebody that has been referred to you, they like you, their friends like you, they say this is a really great company, they did really well, they took care of my stuff, they were on time, they stuck with the budget, all of those great things you want to hear about a moving company can be destroyed if they go to a website and it doesn't give that sense of trust. There's going to be a little hesitation there. I'm not saying they're not going to call you, but there is going to be a hesitation. They'll probably, even though they've heard how great you are, they'll probably take a moment and call somebody else. Your audience is going to have first a hesitation with trust factors like real photos of your team, your trucks, your hats and t-shirts, your office, signs. They want to see that you are a real company and not a stack of stock images. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen photos where they're stock photos, they're wearing blue bibs. I don't know why we all think that that's okay. Nobody I've ever seen in the US wear blue bibs when they go and move somebody and move a home, apartment. I don't care. So it looks very disingenuous. It looks stock photo-y. On the flip side, I've seen people start using AI images, which I use AI images. I get it. But be careful of the images that you're using and have a distinguishing eye. I've seen AI all over some websites and social media, and there's a third leg, an arm that completely outreaches the length of a couch, weird looking images. So they're just generating these things on, there's a tool called Midjourney, does a really great job, but you have to be careful. The prompts have to be right. But beyond that, I don't care. You still need to have photos on your site that represent your company. You will be at a loss. You will be at a disadvantage that if you are not using the right kind of images. And a website, moving on from images, a website that is cluttered, outdated, slow, that for sure will immediately turn people away. Conversely, a clean, modern, responsive design will have the opposite impact. They're going to get the impression that you're professionals. You care about their experience on your website. Imagine, again, your website is the foundation of your marketing. It is like opening up the doors to a store, and you don't want trash. You don't want the door locked. You don't want sleeping salespeople. All of that is an indicative of a company that just doesn't care. Your website will have the same type of reaction to your customers if you do that. A website design does not always have to be thousands of dollars. I recommend, if you're just starting out, there's really great tools out there like WordPress.com, Wix, Squarespace. I'll tell you, start there. If you're in your first or 2 years of your company, I would rather you spend your marketing on networking and getting the business up and running, but your website still needs to be clean, easy to use, find the phone numbers. All of that needs to be very, very clear. I don't care what it looks like, but I do want it to be clean and indicative of your company, your brand, your people. You cannot be shy when you want to display your person, your company, your team, yourself. If you're not comfortable putting your face on the website, find somebody that is. But it needs to have a transparency to build on the trust. There's just a lot going on out there on the internet. We are already distrustful of what we see. And you, again, like I said, you will be at a disadvantage. It just needs to be visually appealing, but and if it's not easy to navigate, if the information isn't accessible, if it doesn't load quickly, and especially on mobile devices, most of the websites that we've seen, especially for moving companies, more than 50% of the people are using a mobile device. So take a moment right now, open up your website on a mobile device and see what it looks like. What does it behave? Can you click around? Can you find the phone number? Is it lost the minute you scroll? So it's like having a beautiful storefront in the real world, but with a door that's really hard to open, right? It's locked or you're stuck. So no one's going to bother. They're going to try a couple times. Oh, well, I guess they're closed, and leave. Yes, people will leave. You've spent all this time, money to get people to your website, but it's not converting. That's a big problem. Your ROI will plummet. You will spend a lot of money on marketing to get people to the site, to get people to ring that phone to call you. But if your website's not working, you've lost it. You've lost the money. So I'm going to wrap this up, just this segment. Remember, your website is often the first handshake, the first hello. It's the first opportunity to make a connection. Make it count. You spent a good deal of time and money to get them there, so just don't blow it. Design it not just for the eyes, but for the journey it creates for your clients. Make sure that people understand the next steps. They come to your homepage, they land on a service page, they come in from a location page. Make sure they're clear on what you want them to do next. Fill out a form, make a phone call, download a checklist, whatever it is. Make it very clear. So stay tuned. I'm going to dive deeper into specific elements of website conversions in upcoming videos and podcasts. So this is Christina Hawkins helping you move your digital presence forward. Have a good one, guys. Bye.